All right, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Marc Ebinger, the owner of Crükus Virtual Staffing, a company that recruits and staffs overseas administrative assistants for small to medium-sized businesses. In studio with us today is Andrea Garza, owner of San Antonio Quick Dry Total Cleaning, a 5-star rated company that offers a variety of cleaning services, including carpets, upholstery, air ducts, tile and grout, dryer vents, mattresses, and wood floors. Is there anything I missed that you guys cleaned that's not on that list?
A few things, but that's right here. Is that better?
Yeah.
Just a couple of things, but no, that's basically laminate flooring as well.
Okay.
And fabric panels.
Oh, really?
Office dividers and anything with fabric.
Huh. So you could clean these in here in the studio?
Yes.
Do they look like they need it?
No, they look good.
Okay,
they look good right now.
Good. All right. So I'm excited to have you here. You're obviously a great person. You have a great company. How long have you been in business?
This is our 3rd year.
Okay. And what made you start the business? What was the inspiration there?
So before this business, my husband and I actually had an escape room. And of course, COVID happened, got shut down. The venue got sold. So we had to leave. And then we were thinking, okay, what else can we do that's not going to get shut down? That's a need. Everybody needs it, right? And cleaning came to mind. It's something that whether you want it or not, you need it. And back then we were not sure what was going to happen with businesses. So we just knew we couldn't get shut down. So.
But you wanted to be an entrepreneur. You wanted to own your own business.
Yes, absolutely. We've always had that entrepreneurial mindset. We also had a staffing agency in the past for grassroots marketing. Experiential marketing as well.
All right. And what's your husband doing with Quick Dry now? Is he helping you or is he doing something
else? Right now, he supports me.
Yeah?
No, he has his own job. He's got a full-time job. It's basically me. I'm running everything behind the scenes with the help, of course, of my virtual assistant.
Yeah, that's a great segue. So, all right. So I know you've been hearing me talk about virtual assistants for a while, right, before you finally pulled the trigger. But what motivated you to actually go ahead and say, you know what, I need to bring a virtual assistant into my business?
Well, a few things. First of all, I am a mom of 2 toddlers, I guess. Well, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. So my hands are full. I was getting busier and busier, and I want to dedicate that quality time to my kids. But I also need time to run the business. So I do have a few days that I exclusively dedicate to work, and then the rest, right, family stuff, to be with the girls. So obviously got to the point where I was thinking, okay, I need to spend quality time. I don't want to be with them and having to walk away and answer the phone or answer an email. I want to disconnect a little bit. So the idea kept coming up for help, right? I needed extra help. And of course, when I met you, I was like, maybe that's the answer, a virtual assistant. And the fact that it's outside of the United States, obviously it's very cost effective because right now, as a smaller company, local company, it's not feasible for me to pay a full-time employee here, not yet. We're not there yet. And obviously I knew you had quality staff, your screening process, high quality. So you guys do the legwork. And obviously I know you, I trust you, I see you every week. So I know your work ethic. So I was like, this is the right thing to do.
So let's talk about tasks that you're having your virtual assistant do for you now. So what, and as time goes on, we typically layer on additional tasks. I do that all the time with, my folks, just making sure that as my needs change, that we, change the tasks. But what kind of tasks do you have your virtual assistant doing for your business now?
Mainly answering the phones. That's something that I told her from the very beginning. I need you. I please take it. Like, answer the phone. So she does the customer facing over the phone, right? That first person answering the phone is very important. Giving information, pricing, scheduling appointments. She does a little bit of email management as well, obviously. Very heavy on social media management, I don't have her create content for it. But social media management, who is out there in the mom groups, looking for my services. And she's the one helping me tag with tags and putting the word out there. Nextdoor, Facebook, Alignable, all of these other social media platforms. That's the bulk of it. But one thing that she's basically doing things that I didn't have time for before, or I didn't want to do. And one very important one for me that she has been doing lately is retargeting customers. Of course, we have that in the CRM, the automated emails, the automated text messages, but always having that personal touch of like a person calling you. Hey, how's it going? We were at your home 3-4 months ago. Just so we're going to be in your area next week. Are there any cleaning services that you need to schedule? And that already, has paid already, the business that she has brought on board
Has
paid for herself. Yes.
That's like when I am talking to potential clients, right, for my staffing services, I tell them, look, that was the first thing I did because I had to prove to my wife that this was going to be effective, right? So I assigned her to tasks that were revenue generating, and I 3x'd her salary in the first month. So it's like, if you can do that and you're tracking it, then it's like, it's a no-brainer, right? And then it's like, what else can they do kind of a thing?
Exactly.
But you mentioned that she's handling phones and stuff, and a lot of folks, one of their first questions is, how's their English? You know what I mean? Is it going to be a turnoff like they're calling India or something like that, and they can't understand anything? But how did you approach that? Because that had to have been a concern for you.
So something that I really like that Crükus Virtual Staffing does is you send us the voice samples, and I love that. The other aspect of it is that we're in San Antonio, so 80% of people speak Spanish or more, and my virtual assistant is from Mexico, so the accent is very similar. That's no problem, but she speaks English great. I mean, you guys do a fantastic job just screening qualified professionals. These are not people that do this on the side or just a couple of hours a week. These are actual professional virtual assistants. So it was never really a concern. And again, even when customers call, you might as well be talking to someone from San Antonio.
Yeah, I agree. So kind of go through real quick what you liked about the Crükus hiring process.
Well, the voice recordings were very helpful. The fact it was very easy, it was fast, it was simple, it wasn't complicated. The communication that your staff had was incredible. Just gathering the scope of work, what I needed. Right from the very beginning, like what do you want your virtual assistant to do? And then pairing that person. The disc assessment was awesome. And just to kind of like see those results was also very helpful for me. So yeah, everything.
How's the onboarding part of it? So there's a point at which my staff is now, okay, here's your person. How did that go for you?
For me, it went well. I feel like every business owner needs to understand that you are going to need to set time aside to train this person. Just because Crükus Virtual Staffing got you a person doesn't mean that they know everything. They need to understand how you work, your business. Train them. They're going to be part of your team. So just take that extra time. I think for me, maybe because I talk a lot and I'm a woman, but I trained her for 2 weeks. We trained for 2 weeks, and it was very thorough because I didn't want any issues. I like to give a lot of details, a lot of information, and she likes that as well. So it just worked out. Again, you guys paired us very well, when it comes to that. And it worked out great.
So you went through the whole process. Obviously, we had that initial screening part where you get the voice sample and their test scores. And then there's an interview that my team does with those folks. And again, you're watching how they respond and how they communicate and those kinds of things. And then you end up where you select the people you want to interview at the end, and then you pull you pull the trigger, I guess, or make your decision then. Did you hire like right away on that when that person, those people made it to the end? I don't know how many you interviewed at the end, but tell me about that.
I had 2 interviews, and I pulled the trigger with the second one. There were several factors that I was like, I feel pretty confident with her. The first one was great, don't get me wrong, but I didn't want to rush in. So I was like, let me wait, let me see what else we can get. And the second one was the winner.
I actually had somebody else in the group hired 2 from. It's like sometimes it's hard to choose, and you're like, well, what if I just hire both or whatever, But
you can use them for different things. So
yeah, but okay, cool. So, would you recommend Crükus Virtual Staffing to other people?
Oh yes, I already do. I'm very active on social media, and whenever I see those little red flags, of people maybe being too busy or burdened, or I'm like, you need a virtual assistant. And I'll, drop your name, drop your information. And I always offer, of course, do you want me to do a group text intro? So yeah, of course, I talk to them. I'm very involved with blue collar business owners as well. And if they are like me, I know how it is. You never have time. You're always running. You're multitasking a million things. And I always tell them, like, have you considered a virtual assistant? And most of them say no. I think it's a little bit of lack of education. So we have to do a lot of education. And then I explain, like, hey, this is how you can use them. Don't feel like there's a little bit of hesitation sometimes, but I think it's just lack of information.
I agree 100%. All right. Anything else you wanted to add in there?
No. Everything is going great. I mean, thank you for giving me my time back.
Hey, you're welcome. I know what that feels like. I know what it feels like to be overwhelmed. And then even when you get your time back and you're able to actually work on the business a little bit more, then you start to find more things that, a virtual assistant can help with. And that's how I went from 1 to 5. It's like, I've got 5 VAs that work for me to handle different aspects of my company and help me grow on a regular basis.
I think that as a business owner, bringing a virtual assistant, you have to change your mindset, and you don't think about, oh, I'm bringing a virtual assistant, I'm losing X amount of money every month. No, change your mindset and think, okay, how can I monetize this? Right? This is my chance to focus on other aspects of my business to make more revenue. And I've even told my virtual assistant, hey, you're here. We're a team, but you're here to help me generate revenue. Like, let's work together, but that's the goal.
Yeah, and you're already, by them reaching out to previous customers and looking for additional sales opportunities, that's like, I've told people I don't know how many times that they should be doing that. It's like, when's the last time you called your customer base and said, hey, we're just following up, make sure you're happy with the service, and by the way, we're offering a special on whatever.
Exactly.
So much business left on the table.
Yes. So right now we're trying to figure out numbers, how many phone calls do we have to make in order to get these many appointments. So we're working on that, but I'm not complaining about the results.
Love it. Well, Andrea, thank you very much for coming in. I appreciate you coming in and chatting with me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Great job. This is your first sit down like this?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where else have you done a podcast?
With Frank, Integrity.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did too. Well, one, I was with someone else. I was just kind of like, I don't know what you call it, assisting, or just like, they asked me questions, but I wasn't like the main person.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the second one, I actually did like an interview.
All right. Well, you did a great job.
Thank you. I always get nervous with these things.
All right. As we wrap up the show, a quick reminder to check out our latest podcast and catch video version of the show anytime by visiting our website at Crükus.com. That's CRUKUS.com. You guys have a great week. We'll see you on the next one.